Welcome back to Ben's Basics. You can make your own butter and cream at home, but it will require getting the best quality milk and cream possible. You can see here I have several different brands of milk and cream, including one from a local dairy farm. Every 2 months I go to a dairy farm about an hour's north. This dairy farm has a little country store inside, with a variety of different local products including their own milks, creams, and yogurts, as well as their own locally sourced beef, honey, jams, and preserves. If you can, try to find your own local dairy farm. You will need a large bowl filled with ice, a hand churn. Honestly, if you can't get a hand churn, I would actually recommend a blender or a pair of egg beaters. Honest truth is, a blender might actually be a lot easier. This is a lot of work. You also need a large metallic bowl. Some parchment paper. This is to wrap and store your butter after you make it. Very important. You also need what they call butter paddles. This is to shape the butter after you form it. And finally, of course, some heavy cream. You should try to procure heavy cream from your local dairy. But if not available, look for a low-temp pasteurized non-homogenized milk product. It will create a superior flavor and texture. Also, make sure your cream is at least room temperature. It will make churning a lot faster. Now I am using a hand churn, and I have to warn you, this will take at least 10 minutes. If you don't have your cream at room temperature, it will take even longer. It will feel like nothing is happening for the longest time, until finally the butter fat separates from the cream. It will be extremely sudden, and sometimes it'll even feel like a log jam into the gear. Right about there. Next, you'll want to grab the large bits of butter and place them in the metallic bowl. You will need to get your hands dirty for this, and you need to grab as much as you can because any butter you have left behind is going to be way too hard to collect after this point. In fact, I'm just going to leave the churn in the metallic bowl so I can clean that up later. Yeah, like that. Next, I'll pour off the liquid or the buttermilk into a separate container. I'm saving this for our next video, KFC or Korean fried chicken. I'm pouring through a strainer to get the last bits of butter chunks out of the buttermilk. I promise you, this will be the best buttermilk you ever used for fried chicken. Next, we will need to wash the residual buttermilk out of the butter. To do this, just press the butter against the side of the bowl and cup in the ice water and rinse. Repeat until the water runs clear. That is when you'll know you got the last bit of buttermilk out of the butter. Lay out a sheet of parchment paper and plop the butter right on top. This is the part where we will shape the butter into a log or stick. Shape it either with your hands, some paddles, or a spoon, or even a spatula. I bought these butter paddles off of Amazon for 12 bucks. I don't think they really do anything other than just create a weird groove shape on top of the butter. Yeah, worst 12 bucks I ever spent. Now, once shaped, you wish to wrap your log tightly and store in the fridge to solidify. Now, on to the ice cream. Homemade ice cream really needs an ice cream maker. Most have a gel-lined bowl you need to freeze the day before. They say 8 hours, I honestly believe 24. You will also need an electric egg beater, a hand whisk, and 2 metal bowls. Your ingredients are 2 cups of heavy cream, 1.5 cups of whole milk, 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of cocoa powder, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Start by pouring into one bowl the whole milk, the sugar. Sometimes the sugar will be difficult and want to stick to the bowl, so you're going to try to really get some of it out. Yeah, get all of that in there. And the cocoa powder. Start whisking. At first the mixture will seem like it doesn't want to mix. It will form small beads of cocoa around the edges. Just keep whisking, and once you start getting a good smooth texture, add the vanilla extract. Next, take your second metal bowl and pour in the heavy cream. You will need to beat this cream into what they call a stiff peak mixture with the egg beaters. This will take several minutes. Be sure to not over whip, or we will have a rerun of our butter recipe. Once you have whipped your cream to stiff peaks, mix the cream with your chocolate mixture and fully incorporate. You don't want to see any white streaks or discoloration. It should be all a smooth mixture. Seal the bowl using a plate and store in your freezer for 20 minutes. Now, get your ice cream machine set up and running with its now chilled inner bowl and your mixture nice and cool. Turn on your machine and slowly pour your mixture into the ice cream machine. I haven't found a clean way to do this with this machine, so I keep a plate underneath the ice cream machine to handle any spills. Pour it in slowly, trying to not overwhelm the paddles. Keep the machine running and churning for at least 30 to 40 minutes. Alright, once finished, go ahead and move your finished ice cream into your container of choice with a spoon or a spatula. Go ahead and smooth off the top. Don't need to, that's just an aesthetic thing. And, oh yeah, it tastes good. Go ahead and seal that off and put in the freezer. And here we have it. Homemade butter, ready for your breakfast. And homemade ice cream, ready for your dessert. Like, comment, and subscribe.